Yo, Bella. Yo, BellaRose.
What's up, you guys? BellaRose here. Welcome to my channel. It is so good to be back. Today's video is going to be something slightly different, even though it's still going to be about starting over. But I want to talk a bit about marriage. Yes, I'm celebrating my second year anniversary, and I'm so thankful to God for how far He has brought me and my husband. And I felt like I should do a video because last night I was watching a movie. For some of you who maybe know me very well, you know that I really love Hallmark movies. But since I relocated to London, England, I don't watch as many Hallmark movies as before. And that's not because I don't like Hallmark movies anymore. It's because here I don't have access to like Hallmark channels. But I still watch Hallmark-esque movies that are so much like Hallmark movies. I'm talking like very cheesy love stories, cheesy, cringe-worthy rom-coms, stories that you know how it's going to end. You know it. You may know every single word that will be said at like the major high points of the movie, but you watch it anyway. You roll your eyes and you're like, oh, this is so cringe, but you don't stop watching those kinds of movies. I still watch them, and I think it's because in a way they just help me to stay a bit grounded. I think when it comes to like the kinds of movies I watch, because in some of those kinds of movies, majority of them, like there aren't any subtle introductions of like, you know, ungodly characters and orientations and whatnot. Some of them have started having that. Yes, I know some of you are like, hey Bella, yeah, I know there are some of them like that. But you know, the chances that you will find a lot of that in these kinds of movies are much lower than if it were like just everyday movies that are like very popular and are doing really well. You know what I mean? So in one of the movies I was watching, there was a lady one of the stories was, it was titled Midway to Love, and the lady was a TV presenter like in New York, and then she had an issue with her production company. Not an issue, but they were suggesting to her that she should come and start doing something slightly different from what she was doing as a TV host, and she felt like it was ridiculous. So she took some time away to go see her dad in Kentucky. And when she got there, she met her high school sweetheart, not high school sweetheart, but I guess we could call him that, whose heart she broke. And you know, they got talking again, and she realized that the guy still loved her. She still had feelings for him, but she loved her job in New York, right? And so she went back to New York, realized that there was no way she could continue with this production company because what they were asking her to do was completely against what she stood for as an individual and as a doctor, as a psychologist, I think. And so she quit her job, went back to Kentucky, so told the guy that she had quit, and that she was ready to carry on with him. And I was asking her like, what will be a big job in Kentucky, in New York? And she's like, she can do away with it, she'll start again, and in that moment I realized that I have also started over career-wise in London, England, having left Nigeria, my job, my career, whatever it is I had in Nigeria. I've left it. I'm now in London, England, my husband. And it got me thinking about why sometimes people choose not to make certain sacrifices, or why sometimes people feel like, no, this is my career that I have worked so hard for. I'll now marry. One fellow will now come and say I should give everything up. No way, I'm not going to do that. And I'm not here to preach to anybody to do that or whatever, but like my thing is, for something that hits very close to home for me, I feel a lot more fulfilled. It's interesting because I'm not doing a lot of the things I used to do in Nigeria. The things I'm doing here now are still things I love to do, but the things that I was doing in Nigeria, which I absolutely enjoyed doing, which was, you know, making me money, are not necessarily the things that are not the exact same things I'm doing here. So I'm not doing like broadcasting here, for instance. I'm not working on radio. I'm not doing any influencing gig here or stuff like that. But I am really thankful to God for the journey that I have just started with my husband, you know, where it's like I'm starting over career-wise. I remember when I said I would talk about those in these videos, when I started applying for jobs, and I was thinking to myself, do these people know who I am in Lagos, Nigeria? You know, but it also sort of humbled me in a good way, where it's like you're starting from scratch. There are a lot of things that there's a beautiful canvas that you can restart life on in this place. And you know, while it felt like a very strange experience, it was something that blessed me, you know, over time. And when I watched that movie, I thought to myself, leaving everything I had in Nigeria, moving here and joining my husband and starting over with my career, especially that, you know, I feel like because it is my husband, like because it is my husband. For some other person, it's going to be like, I'm not sure. It's not that I'm not sure, like I can't do it. No, don't worry. But because it's my husband, I will do it again in a flash. Like I will not even think about it. I will do it again, regardless of how many disagreements we have and how we just sometimes can be weirdos, both of us. But like I would not do this for any other person but my husband. Like it's so worth it, and I'm so thankful to God for the opportunity to actually do this, start over, and be where I am today as a result of that decision. I'm so thankful to God for it. So I just wanted to do this video to just share that, you know, if you are somebody who is married, or if you're somebody who is yet to get married, and maybe the person that you maybe want to be with is somebody who is maybe not in the same line of work as you, and maybe you have made a name for yourself and you're like, oh my God, I'm not going to do that. All my sweat and my hard work. Like, you know, in the movie, they really helped us to understand that this lady was pretty successful as a TV presenter, and she wasn't from a poor home or anything like that. Like her dad, in fact, was also well-to-do. When she visited him in Kentucky, he lived in this really big house, and yeah, you know, and I think that also goes to sometimes some of us when we say things like, you know, my father's name, my father's achievements, and my achievements. And this is not what everybody must do. I'm not trying to say this is what you must do as an individual. It's just when I watched the movie, I was able to understand the possibility of something like that happening, of someone waking up one morning and thinking to themselves, I know that this person is God's will for my life. I have a completely controversial, I guess, opinion about God creating people and deciding that that's who you are going to marry. You know, that's my opinion. But when you meet someone whom you know is God's will for your life, someone whom you love so much, listen. For some people who are like, I've sweat too much for this name that I had made, I cannot now let one man fall in love first. Like, meet that person who is God's will for your life first. And my sister, before he finishes that statement, would you do, Mr. Thompson Duruji, what do you say? I don't really do it, I don't know. But like, it becomes such an easy sacrifice to make that you don't see it as anything. And you know, even, you know, with celebrating my second wedding anniversary, even more, one thing that is really helping me, you know, of course, apart from some of these movies that I watch that help me to just understand that there are certain sacrifices that are not too much, you know, they also help you even sometimes appreciate little things in your home. I think seeing my marriage through the lens of Christ's relationship with the church has been so redeeming. Like, you know how you constantly just feel like it just helps, it makes so much sense, you know, even though I am inspired by marriages around me, like my sisters, you know, my mom and my dad and other people. It's understanding that the ultimate example really is Christ and the church, you know. So of course for me it's like I'm the church in this case, and my husband is like a type of Christ. And so it is, as the church, what can I do to please this person? How can I show you, man, that I love you? How can I show you that I love you? You know, and it is, what can I do? What sacrifice? What is a sacrifice? Like, it just becomes so easy for you to let certain things go. And I don't know who's watching this, and maybe you feel like, oh, you've worked so hard for what you have now, or you feel like, oh, listen, Bella, and like I mentioned, right, if I talk about my experience with starting over here in England, it has been humbling, but it has been the most amazing experience still. Like, I'm so thankful to God for it. You know, oftentimes when we're going through certain things, we do not know how important those experiences will be for us in future. But then when you get to that future, you now stand and you're thinking to yourself, what a journey. Like, I wouldn't have had it any other way, you know? But you know, that's one thing that makes God God. He knows the end from the beginning. And when we are just there feeling like, Father Lord, why you do me like this? He is just like, child, in a very short time now, you will come and you do YouTube video. You know, but I'm just really thankful to God for it, and I just wanted to come on here to talk about like that. You know, there are people who have started over. Sometimes you feel like social media makes you feel like people are not making sacrifices anymore, but people are making sacrifices. Even more children of God who are married, who understand the essence of their marriage through the example of Christ and the church, you know, have a good example to follow. And it may not be easy. It's not like it may not be easy. It is not easy. but we get better every single day as long as our eyes are on Jesus and we are following his leading. So yeah, I just thought to share that. I'm not sure, I mean, I say this a lot of times, like I don't know if this made sense, but I thank you for watching, and yeah, wish me a happy wedding anniversary in the comments, and yeah, say a prayer for us. And if you've got questions as well, it would be nice for you to ask them in the comments. If I can, I will respond in a video. Otherwise, I will reply to your comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye. Why did I do that? So cheesy. The name of the movie is Midway to Love. Midway to Love. It's a really nice movie. Very, very corny. Because at some point I was like, why is this guy doing like this? But I loved it still, and I'm doing a video about it. So yeah, and don't forget to please subscribe to my channel and like this video as well. Bye.